tutorial in a while, so I figured I'd make one today, and I am going to show you how to make this in Gimp. Now y'all might have seen this on the internet because it is a Photoshop tutorial by Pedro Juarez, and this guy's pretty cool, and he's really good at what he does. And I just figured that I seen it, and I was like, well, people normally skip up Photoshop tutorials because for one, they don't have Photoshop. For two, they don't know a thing about Photoshop. And you know, if you could afford Photoshop, Photoshop is a great tool. If you can't afford Photoshop, then there's Gimp. And by no means am I downgrading Gimp, because I love Gimp, and Gimp is damn good if you ask me. Gimp, you could set Gimp up just like Photoshop, because there are some plugins and stuff like that you could download that are kind of just like Photoshop and stuff. But anyways, I'm going to start rambling now. This tutorial, I seen Pedro Juarez's tutorial, I don't know, probably a year and a half ago, maybe. It might have not been that long, I don't know. It's been a while back, and I was going through my pictures, and of course, you know, I seen the tutorial. I did the tutorial a long time ago, and I made it, and I've got a lot of comments on the pictures and stuff. And one of my friends asked me, how can you do this in Gimp? And so I figured that I would do it in Gimp, and as you can see, I did this one. And now it took me not that long to figure out. There's a few different things in Gimp that are a little bit different than going about it on Photoshop. But let's go ahead and get started. And I don't know why I still have this open, but anyways, let's go to File, and then you want to open the picture, which is called Disney Little Mermaid Julianne Moore, and you just want to open it. And right off the bat, we want to go ahead and duplicate the layer twice. You could go down here and you could hit the duplicate button twice, or you could go Control Shift D and hit Control Shift D twice, and you got it duplicated just like that. And we're gonna go, and I'm gonna rename this layer to background. And I should have done all that stuff before, but that's okay. We'll just background 1, background 2, just like that. And we want to go ahead and grab our rectangular marquee tool. And let me go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe not zoomed in that much. Let me zoom it out just a little bit so we can see the bottom. And go ahead and roundabouts here, just take your rectangular marquee tool and then drag it to about, let's get that little fishy in there till about right there, and then we'll come down to about right here. And we made that selection. And then what you want to do is you want to go over here and you want to grab your perspective tool. It's this little one. If it lights up as a perspective tool, it's a Shift P. If you want to hit that, and then we're going to go over here in our toolbox. Okay, in your toolbox, there's all these little things that you can do. And I think by default it's clicked on layer. You want to go ahead and click the selection, and then all the rest of this stuff is fine. You want to click, and you want to take the bottom right hand corner and you want to drag it to your right, and then you want to take the left and drag that to your right. And let's see, I'll try to get it lined up the same as this other one. Try to anyways. Just like that, and then you hit transform, and all that does is that transforms your selection, and we just made it bigger. And then we want to go ahead and we want to add a layer mask. So you want to right click, and then you want to go apply layer mask, and then you want to go down and you want to click on selection, and then hit add. And then, you know, if I click off, you'll see what we did. We made a selection out of that selection that we made, of course. And let's see, what do we want to do now? We want to go up to the top layer, and we want to make a new layer and press OK. And we want to, with the selection still going, we want to go to edit and stroke selection. We want solid color. Make sure that your foreground color is on white. And right here, I think the default line width, I think, is like 6. I think just put it to 10. Press stroke. Hold on, let's go back here again real quick. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to look at something, see if I missed something, and then you can see we got that. And it's just like this one over here. And then we want to go back down to this one, to the background copy, and we want to either click on the duplicate button or the Control Shift D, and we want to duplicate that one, and then we want to Control Shift A on that to get rid of the selection. Anyways, now we want to go right click, and we want to go add layer mask, white, add. And here comes the fun part, because we are going to be using the pen tool. And if you don't know how to use the pen tool is, it can be complicated at first if you don't know how to use it. And when I first started out, that is something on Photoshop that differs from Gimp. The paths tool on Photoshop is a lot easier to use than it is on Gimp, but that's okay. And I'm just going to zoom in here, and I'm going to show you the basics of how to do it, and then I'm going to pause the video, because if I take you all the way through everything that I am going to select, it is going to make this video long, and I don't think people like long videos. I know most of my videos are very long, and for some reason, let's see here. Okay. Might have to use this with my mouse, because my tablet isn't working right because of the screen capture program. Like I've been saying in previous videos, I need to find a new screen capture program because it's getting irritating. Anyways, what you want to do is you can go ahead and click that off if you want to for now, and you just want to take your pass tool and just line it up. You can make short paths like that, or you can make long ones. You could click once and then click once again here, and then if you click and then while you're still held down, you could drag out and the curve bends. You can bend the curve. You see that? See how that curve's bending like that? Instead of making so many little ones, you could do it however you want, and you just want to go along here, and we're going to cut out this woman also, and you just want to follow along, zoom in as close as you need to, or as close as you want to. You can see that I was making bad selections, and then just go around the woman. Just follow all along her, however you want to do it. And what we're going to do, let's go ahead and zoom out here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a path all along this woman, cut her all the way out, go all the way around her, and then go back and start back on the guy's tail. Oops, zoom way out there. We want to, just follow around the woman, and then go around the guy's tail all the way around, and then you want to just follow around. Let's turn this back on, and then just follow it all the way around until you get down to this point, and then you want to go over here, and you will want to go ahead and line it up. And I will show you real quick how you link a path. If you hold control, let's back out of here, go around, and then when you're at your original, go ahead and zoom in here so I can see where the original one is. The very first one you made, you will want to link these together, and you just hold down control and click on the other one, and it links them together. So that's how you link together a path. I'll go ahead and delete these, and I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I'm going to go ahead and go around these people real quick, and I will be return as soon as I cut out around her. Alright guys, I'm back, and I linked it all up. I linked them all up. As you can see, I could zoom way in here, and you can see that I made a rough selection. This is just for tutorial purposes. You'd want to go through and you'd want to make these selections as nice as you can, but for time I am just doing it this way. Alright, when you get the selection made, you want to go up to edit. You want to go to select, and then you want to go from path sorry, and you want to go to feather, and we'll want to feather this by 1 pixel. Press OK, and as you can see that it went ahead and made a selection from the path. And now what you want to do, of course, is you want to fill that with black, and you could do it with the paint bucket tool or with the brush. It's totally up to you. You want to make sure that you clicked on the layer mask, and you want to fill in the selection. Go ahead and make sure you just go ahead and we do it with a brush, or like I said, paint bucket tool. It's totally up to you. Just make sure you fill it in. And I know I missed the part right here, but we'll take care of that here in just a little bit. Just make sure that we got that all filled in. And you want to go ahead and go to Control Shift A to deselect the selection. And let's see, there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be a lot of using the paths today. And next we could go ahead and go over and we will cut out the girl. Go ahead and zoom in here, and we'll want to do the same thing here as we did before. You want to take your pass tool, and you want to go ahead and just follow around the curves if you want. Let me just turn that off for a second, and just follow around the curves. I'm going to go ahead and get these little fish in here. Just go ahead and follow all the way around. Just you want to go ahead and turn that back on. Move this down and we'll go ahead and just go around her just like that. You just want to follow around. If you hold down the space bar and then move your mouse, you could pan that way, or if you have a mouse with a scroll wheel on it, then you could press in the scroll wheel and that will pan for you too. And her hair, you'll just want to go through and just kind of, I don't know, just kind of outline the hair however you want to do it. And we could go in with a hairbrush and fix the hair and stuff, because on Photoshop they have a refine edge tool and it's very easy to mask out hair with that. I mean, we can mask out hair on here in a couple different methods, but that would take a very long time. I would just follow around, I don't know, this hair just like this. And like I said, this is all totally up to you on how you want to go through and cut out this hair. And for this tutorial purposes, I'm just going to make a quick selection around her hair. And maybe that's another tutorial that I could do, how to mask hair in Gimp. And go ahead and go around this fish. Turn this back off. You could also use the lasso tool if you like using that tool better for the selection. Like I said, for tutorial purposes, I'm just doing this quick. It's not a very good selection, I know. Let's get this fish in here, right here. This other fish we don't need. And like I said, I'm not going to go around and cut out all of them. I'm just going to show you the basics. Just had to see where I was at there. Zoom out a little bit. And then go ahead and control and then click on the one you started, and there you go, you made a selection. And then go back up to select from path, and then go back to select again, and then feather, and feather it by 1 pixel. Then go back to your layer mask and fill it in with your brush tool. just going over it a few times to make sure that I got it right. Control Shift A to deselect. And then let's zoom out here. It's totally up to you. You could add in all the mermaids you did or you want, as I did here. I added them all in. I'm going to go ahead and I'll go ahead and cut out this guy right over here. So we've got to zoom in quite a bit for that. And like I said before, you could zoom in by pressing Shift and the plus key on your keyboard, and then to zoom out with the minus key, or you could use your scroll wheel. And you could pan, use this down here to pan. You could zoom in by clicking here. It's totally up to you on how you want to zoom in. Or you could use the navigator like I'm doing. And then here you just want to do like what we did with the woman and the other mermaid guy. And this guy right here, you just want to go all the way, outline him all the way around, and then cut him out. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video while I do this, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I am back, and I went ahead and made this selection. I had noticed that I made a pretty big mistake a minute ago, and let me check this to see if this is working. Yep, it's going. Okay. Anyways, I had realized I had made a mistake. When we made this layer mask, we should have made it black and then filled it in with white, but that is no big deal, because all you got to do is just right click on the layer mask, and then you just want to go mask to selection, and it'll reselect it. And then you want to go, and you can go up here to select and then click invert, and then you could fill in the rest with your brush with black, or you could do it with white. It's totally up to you. And then you'll want to, after you fill it back in, you want to go back to select and then invert again, and then paint in the selection white. And I do apologize for that. The guy making the tutorial, you would think I'd do it right the first time, but anyways, like I said, I do apologize for that. I'm human. I made a mistake. I didn't even notice it until we were way too far into it, but that's how you fix it, and I do apologize for that. Okay, back to the tutorial. I went ahead and made a selection around this guy, so we want to go to select, and then from path, and then we want to go feather, and then 1 pixel, and you could go ahead and fill it in with the brush tool, or I have the shortcut set to fill it in. If your foreground is white, you just press control and then backspace, and then it fills it in. But if it don't, then you'll want to click on your brush and then fill it in with white, and it will fill it in. And this is what we are doing. If we turn everything off and zoom back out, we are just making selections off of the picture and bringing them back in. Go ahead and fill that back in, turn that back on. Okay, and Control Shift A to go ahead and deselect that. And like I said, I'll show you what we're doing. We're cutting these guys out. Okay, so we got her cut out, him cut out, and her cut out, and you could cut out the rest of the people if you want to, but for this tutorial I don't think I'm going to do that today. And then next we want to go ahead and zoom back in, and we are going to go ahead and get back on our path, like I said, using that old path, and we are going to go ahead and make a selection around this fin. So we go ahead and turn that off for now if you want to, and just go ahead and select around the fin and then select around this fish. And like I said, I'm not doing it perfectly. want to go up and go around the fin. I'm going to zoom back in a little bit. By no means are those nice paths. They're not nice at all. But like I said, I'm just making this quick so this video ain't so long. Because the video is already 20 some odd minutes now. Go ahead and just go around that fin. And hopefully the guy who made this tutorial don't get mad that I am making this tutorial for Gimp. But I felt that I wanted people to know how to do this effect in Gimp, because it's fairly simple. It's a lot of using the path tool and stuff like that, and it gives you practice with the path tool. Go ahead and turn that back on to see where we're going here. And like I said, you can cut out pretty much anything you would like on this. Turn that back off. Just go quickly now, and then press Control to link it, just like that. And then we'll want to go to Select, and we want to go from Path, and then select feather by 1 pixel, and there you go. And then you want to, while you're on your layer mask, you want to go ahead and Control backspace. Make sure you clicked on the right one there. And there we go. Went ahead and filled that in. Control Shift A to deselect that one. I'm going to turn that back on. And go back to pass. Why is that pass still on? I made another mistake. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on. And we're going to go where we're going to go. Back over here to the fishes. Right over here. And we're going to go ahead and cut out these fish. Make sure you select on the top layer when you do that, and then we'll just go ahead and go around and cut around these fish. Zoom in a little bit more. Link that. Like I said, just go around and cut out the fish here. Get all of the fish. cut these guys out. Sorry, I'm not talking. Like I said, this kind of. Let's turn this back on and see what we're doing here. Okay, now we're gonna go to select from path, select feather by 1, and then go back down and click on that, and then Control backspace to fill that in. Control Shift A, take those off. And let's go ahead and zoom all the way back out. And let's see, what else do we want to cut out here? Maybe do we want to cut out that guy? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, I know what we need to fix. That little part that was left, oops, wrong one, was left over here on her, that little water area. We need to take that out and fix that real quick. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Like I said, I'm making quick selections. Control link them, select from path, select feather. Y'all know the drill now. Then go ahead and click back on that. Control backspace to fill it in with white. Make sure it filled in there. Or you could go ahead and take your paintbrush tool or your bucket fill tool and fill it in too if you want to. It's totally up to you. Control Shift A to take that off there. And it didn't fill in on mine, so Control Z. For some reason, my screen capture, my Gimp is messing up for some reason. It's starting to irritate me. There we go. Control Shift A to deselect that. Y'all gonna think, man, what the hell is this guy making a tutorial for? He can't even get it right. Anyways, for some reason, this screen capture program screws up Gimp while I'm on it, and I've seen some other tutorials with Gimp on their screen capture program. Like when it's turned on, you can't move your layers like normal, and there's been a few other things that it's just I don't know why Gimp does that. Couldn't tell you because I don't know. Let's see here. I'm just looking around at it to see what else I should cut out. Sorry about that, guys. I just moved that down to make sure. Oh, I know what I forgot. Okay, let's go ahead and move that back up there. We need to go ahead and cut out his hand. That would be a good thing. Go back and grab this and turn this off. Let's see, how far up do we need to go? Not too far. Just go ahead and zoom way in there on his hand. And I'll start the path, I don't know, about right there. Turn that back off and just follow around with the path. Follow around his fingers and stuff. And like I said, you could do multiple clicks, or if you're really good, alright, sorry about that, guys. I had somebody knocking on my door. If you heard that, I do apologize. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing here now. Just following around that hand. Then control click to link them. Select from path, select feather. Here we go. Click on your mask and fill it in. And then Control Shift A to deselect. And like I said, you could use your paintbrush tool, whatever you want to use. And let's see here now. See? Got his hand cut out now. Let's zoom out some more. Alright, we got the fish, we got the tail cut out. We got her cut out. We got that guy in the background. I mean, I guess I could cut out that other guy, but it's going to take more time to cut it. Grab that that border that we made, and let's go ahead and move that down in between the background 2 layer and the background 1 layer. Move it in between both these masks. Now, did you see how I moved it down? Now can you see how what the look is we're going for? We just cut everybody out. See, kind of a cool 3D look. And that just moves. See, it was up top, so you just want to move it down in between. Okay, if you'll move in between. There we go. And then you see how it made that look. Looks pretty freaking awesome, I think. I think. Alrighty. Zoom out here. Move that down. Okay. Give me one more second, guys. Somebody else is knocking on my door, but they're bothering me again. Hold on. Okay, everybody. After you did that, after you move that all down, let's go to the background layer, and let's go ahead and you can press Control Shift in to make a new layer, or you could press the new layer button down here. It's totally up to you. And we want to go ahead and grab our gradient tool and make sure it's on foreground to background, RGB. And we are going to choose this color. It is 072034 for the dark color. Press OK. And then go ahead and grab the background, and we're going to choose this light blue color, which is, let's see, which one was it again? It wasn't none of those. I'm writing a written text for you to go along with the file download. I don't remember what the color was. The color was B6C8CA. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that and put it in right here in the HTML notation. There we go. And that's the light color we want. And with your gradient tool, you want to go ahead and click on this bottom corner, bottom left hand corner right here. Drag it out to this top right hand corner right here. And release. And there you go. You got a cool gradient on it. Then you want to go to this copy right here. Control Shift N for a new layer, or press the new layer button down there. And we want to go ahead and grab our paintbrush tool, and we want to zoom in a little bit, and we want to choose there are some smoke brushes that I'll be giving you the link to, and we want to choose, I don't know, this brush looks good for me. I'm going to rename this to, I don't know, smoke, I guess. And we grab that brush. First, let's go ahead, before we do anything, let's grab our color picker, and let's just click on that layer, and let's get, I don't know, this color right here from the color picker, and then grab paintbrush tool again, then go back up to that layer, and let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Let's see here. Actually, let's lower it down. With this part, you can do it however you want. You can go ahead and click right there, and then I'm going to press Shift R, and I'm going to rotate it about 56.04 degrees. Let's see, press rotate. Then I'm going to press M to grab my move tool. Make sure you select move the active layer, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this down, and I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and make another new layer. Control Shift N, and grab my brush tool again, and let's go ahead and choose a different smoke brush. Let's see which one do we want. Maybe this one. Let's see what this one looks like. No, too much. Grab that one. That one looks okay. We'll lower the size just a little bit. Click right there. Shift R again with your rotate tool. And you'll want to move this until you get it the same direction as its arm. Press rotate. M for the move tool. Let's go ahead and place it like that. And let's go ahead and make another new layer. And grab our brush tool again by pressing the P button. And let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. And click right here. And we'll want to do the same thing. Shift R. Rotate it the same direction as his back arm. Rotate. Press M for the move tool. Move that smoke upper to this arm right here, just like that. I like that. And let's go ahead and press P again for our brush. Let's grab a different smoke brush. Let's see, maybe this one. Make the size, turn the size back up, turn it up a little bit more, and let's make a new layer. Press OK. Let's see here. Click about. Right there, click twice, then go grab your eraser tool, and then just grab a soft brush, size it down, and size it down to to about the size of his tail, and just erase the parts that are on his tail, just like that. And we'll make another new layer and go back to our smoke brushes and grab that one, make it a little bit bigger, and make sure you're on your paintbrush tool, and you can put it right there on his hand. That looks pretty good if you ask me. Just like that. Like I said, it looks kind of bare because I didn't cut out the other people, and I do apologize, but for tutorial purposes and time purposes, I just wanted to do it like that. Let's go ahead and we will make a new layer. Okay, and let's make a new layer because this tutorial is running kind of long, and let's call it bubble. Press OK, and we'll go in our brushes, and we want to click on our bubble. But first, let's go ahead and turn this on, and let's grab a offer face, grab that blue color. Let's turn that back on, click back on our bubble layer, and then let's click back on our brush. And I'm going to go right here because I went a little sloppy on her hair. Let's see. I like that color. I don't like that color. So I'm going to go with a darker. We'll see what that looks like. P for your brush. Let's see. Darker's no bueno either. So let's go, I don't know. You just gotta play with it. Try to find a bright color and see how that looks. P for the brush. That looks alright. And we just want to go through, put different size bubbles, small ones maybe in the background, some medium ones, just kind of give it a little bit depth of field type look to it. Be one right here, be a little bit bigger. One over here, be a little bit bigger. Put a medium one, I don't know, here. Put a small one here, smaller one there. Put a couple on the picture itself. Let's see. It's all up to you on this part. Then go up to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and we're going to blur it by 1. Press OK. Let's give it a little bit of blur. Now we're going to go back and we are going to, actually, let's go up here and click, and then let's hold down shift and click again, and then turn that off, and then all the eyes are turned off, and let's turn this one, and this one on. And then we're going to go up to Image, Merge Visible Layers, press Merge, and that puts them on their own layer. Just like that. And let's see, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layer, then layer boundary size, and I'm going to link them. I'm going to turn that up a little bit, and I'm going to press center. Just for that layer. Just kind of raise it up just a little bit, give us a little bit more room on there. Okay, and then we're going to go to filters, distorts, and we're going to go to curve bend. We're going to go to lower, click on lower, and you want to drag this down to about just a little bit. It'll be right here in the middle. You want to go ahead and just drag it straight down from the middle, just like that, and then press OK. Give it a minute to do its work. And you see that? See how it went ahead? Let's zoom out here a little bit. It went ahead and curved it. Grab our move tool and see why I made the layer a little bit, that layer a little bit bigger than the rest. So I can move that up just a little tiny bit, like that. And I bent it a little bit more than I wanted to, but that is fine. We'll cut off his tail just a little bit and move it up just a little bit, like that. Okay, click on this layer and then make a new layer, Control Shift N, press OK. And then we are going to go ahead and to our brush, and we're going to reset our brushes, and you want to be on black, so go to your brush, and let's go back to our brushes, and let's grab a soft brush and turn up the size a little bit. And you just want to make a shadow. Just like that. And we could lower the opacity to, I don't know, 85 if you want. You could also go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and you could blur it by a lot if you want. Let's see how that looked. Just like that. You just want to give it a little shadow. And let's go ahead and turn back on all our layers. So let's shift, hold that, and we'll go ahead and turn that off. And we'll turn this back one off too, if we want. And let's see what all we moved here. I'm going to go ahead and link these by holding down Shift. Oops. And let's turn off this one. And we're going to link all them other ones except for the bubbles. And we're going to zoom in here. Grab our move tool by pressing M. And we're going to line our smoke brushes back up. just like that. Just look at it. Make sure they're all lined up. And we're going to go to image, or layer, I'm sorry, new from visible. And there you, or wait, no, sorry, one last thing. We're going to go to filters, enhance, unsharp mask. And the radius is going to be on 1.0. The amount is 1.50. The threshold is 10. Press OK. And did you see how that brightened that up? See it? Okay. And there you go. That's how you do that effect. Just like that. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Sorry that it's kind of ran long. I think it's probably like almost an hour long now. I hope you stick with it and watch it, and I appreciate it. Please don't forget the downloads and everything. They will be on my website, and the links to the websites and everything where you could get everything. And check out, if you do Photoshop too, check out Pedro Juarez. He's a pretty good guy that does tutorials also. If you like, please click the like button for my hard work, and I'll see you later.